The EEOC is the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. That's the federal agency that's responsible for enforcing the federal laws against employment discrimination. So we enforce Title VII, which prohibits discrimination based upon race, color, sex, national origin, and religion. The Age Discrimination Act, which prohibits discrimination against people 40 and over. The Equal Pay Act, which prohibits sex-based pay disparities, and then the Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA. Well, as I said, the EEOC is the federal agency responsible for enforcing the laws against employment discrimination, the federal laws. So when a person feels they're being discriminated against, one of the places they go or should go is the EEOC. And the EEOC can assist in various ways. For one thing, the EEOC is the place to go if you just want advice on what the law is. The EEOC has this fabulous website filled with all of these different policies and different guidances on employment and what the rights are of people with disabilities. So there's the reaching out to the EEOC for just guidance. Second, the EEOC investigates charges of discrimination. Before anyone can go into federal court on a claim of discrimination of federal law, they have to file a charge with the EEOC. So the EEOC investigates those charges. If the EEOC finds the charge to be meritorious, the EEOC will try to settle the case, and if they can't settle it, they will consider it for litigation. And that's what I did. That's where I came in. I was a trial attorney, so I would pursue the suits on behalf of the government to the benefit of the person with the disability. First step is the filing of the charge. The charge will be filed with the EEOC, or if you're, alternatively, it could be filed with the state agency, the Minnesota Department of Human Rights. The two agencies share resources. Charges are cross-filed. So a charge filed with the EEOC will automatically be filed with the Minnesota Department of Human Rights to the extent the statutes and the rights overlap. So step number one is to file a charge. There are time limits to filing a charge, and they're very important. They are generally 300 days under the federal law to file a charge in Minnesota. They're different in different parts of the country. They can be shorter. With the Minnesota Human Rights Agency, it is Minnesota Department of Human Rights, it's 365 days. It's a year. So anyway, first thing they file a charge, they have to do it within 300 days of the discriminatory act. The charge is filed with the EEOC. The charge will be then served upon the employer, and the employer will be asked to give their position of the charge. You know, what do they say? And they will be asked to submit any evidence they have to support it. The parties may at that stage also be offered mediation. Mediation through the EEOC is free. Highly encourage people to take it, particularly in disability cases where the issue is reasonable accommodation. Because here's an opportunity for the parties to do what the law believes they should have done earlier, which is engage in an interactive process. So they may be offered to mediation. At that stage, let's say it's at the stage where the party has submitted the response, the employer's submitted the response. It will then be examined by an EEOC investigator. And then the EEOC investigator will look at the case and make a determination. It will recommend a determination to the director, who will issue a determination. At any time in that stage, more or less, the party can request a notice of right to sue. And that will be issued to them. That's not a determination by the EEOC whether someone's case has merit or not. It just gives them a right to go into court. But until they get that, they can't go into court for the disability cases anyway.